Okay, Hare Krishna, thank you. It's late. What's the time now? Okay, 9 o'clock. So we have another half an hour to discuss about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's wonderful pastimes. Um, okay, I hope everyone able to at least glance these verses that we saw. I don't know if you all, but I'm going to go back again quickly, stress upon the important points. I want to make sure you all know how fortunate we are. You are. You are a special soul in the entire universe. This is not ordinary. That you're able to know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Uh, it's not ordinary. You are a special soul. Just to know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it doesn't come every Kali Yuga. Even Krishna doesn't come at every Kali Yuga as he is. Dwapar Yuga, Vishnu, another incarnation will come. Right? Srimad Bhagavatam explains that um, Krishna and Vishnu, what's the difference? Vishnu is a form of formal appearance of Krishna. In the sense, Rama is there, Narsingha is there, Vamana, Varaha, all incarnations we know, but they came for a purpose. They accomplished and they went back, right? But in the spiritual world, how does they look like? We know Vishnu is with four-handed forms, he's sleeping on the causal ocean, he appears to the devatas, but that's all right. He comes to when devotees call for help, he comes. But how does he live in the house? Right? In Vaikuntha, we know that um, it is a pastime. He never sleeps. The sleeping is also is called a pastime, right? But sorry, yoga nidra, right? But above that, we know in Goloka, Brahma in Brahma Samhita writes, and there are many Puranas, Bhagavatam. In Goloka Vrindavan, Vishnu, when he has no duty to perform, he simply gives pleasure to his devotees and gets pleasure. He doesn't come to kill Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana. That is not his duty. That is his expansion. One of his amsha can come and do that. Like we have three expansions, like Shirodayaka, Garbhodayaka, Karnodayaka, Vishnu, like that. Even Mahavishnu is again a formal way of coming, the Supreme Lord. But what is the real natural form of the Supreme Lord is Golok Vrindavan. Like what he did in Vrindavan, similar pastimes are happening in the spiritual world also. Okay, so like in Vrindavan also he did this, but when he went to Dwaraka, he was a different person, right? He has a kingly affair and he has to kill Kamsa, he has to rule the kingdom in Dwaraka. So that is the kind of Mahavishnu's role he's playing. But his natural role is simply playing the flute, taking care of the devotees. So whenever in a once in a day of Brahma, on the 56th year of Brahma, Krishna comes um, with all his pastimes, leelas, and he enacts that pastimes in the material world. Real, as it is, he comes from Goloka. He doesn't come every Dwapar Yuga. He doesn't come every Dwapar Yuga. He comes like Rama came. He didn't perform all his past super excellent leelas, right? He acted like a human being, correct? He didn't show all his powers. He was praying. He was like crying like ordinary man, because that is his leela. So the point I'm trying to make is, when Krishna comes as it is, that's when he develops the desire. Okay, they have to go out again, I think, some more time. One person take them out. One person. So when Krishna um, comes as it is, that's when Krishna like to come again as Radharani. Of course, these are unlimited. They are going on eternally. Bhagavad Gita is going on somewhere, sometime, some planet. Is always going on. Krishna is always killing the Kaliya somewhere or transforming. It's Putana. These leelas are called Nitya. Nitya Leela. Nitya means eternally he is doing somewhere, right? To attract his devotees. Eternally he is doing. So, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes only once in a day of Brahma. Otherwise, somebody else will come and do this Yuga Dharma. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like just like Krishna comes only as it is from Goloka, only once in a day of Brahma. Other Dwapara Yugas, he doesn't have to come as like what he does in Golok Vrindavan. He comes, kill Kamsa, does Dwaraka, finish this and go back. He doesn't have to do this all the super excellent pastimes. Okay? Whenever he does this super excellent pastime, just like in Golok Vrindavan, that's on the 56th year of Brahma. Immediately following that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also comes. So we are so close. We are so fortunate to be born just 500 years back. It doesn't come every. Somebody else will come to do this Yuga Dharma. Just like Krishna doesn't come every Dwapara Yuga. Okay? So these are the revealed. Right. Correct. Kalki is, Kalki. Right, that is also incarnation. Yet to come. But Kalki is again, he's coming like Narasimha. He comes, performed, and gone, right? He's this one duty and go. He doesn't come. See, Kalki is not there in the spiritual world. In the sense. You see what I'm saying? So, as it is from spiritual world, is Krishna. There is spiritual world also. There is Ayodhya, Dwaraka, Mathura, all these things also. To see, because he comes and perform the Leela, we develop attachment to certain form. So when we go back to spiritual world, we also want to serve that form. So he exists there also certain forms. So wherever we are, whatever we are attracted to, for that purpose he is available. This Dwaraka, Madhura, all this available in the spiritual world. But Golok Vrindavan is the natural, topmost. Yes, Bhagavatam explains, many Puranas. There is a graphical representation of that. Yeah. So same Vishnu, when he comes for a duty, he is in Vaikuntha. For the Devatas. In Goloka there is no Devata, there are only pure devotees. See, Uttara asked this question to his son Abhimanyu. How is that? I can't understand how Pandavas and Gopi, everyone can go to same place. It's not fair, right? There are levels. So like this. So this is how we are very fortunate, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And as I said, because he wants to behave like a devotee and release that. What if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to behave like a devotee and everyone knows he is Krishna? Can he release that pastimes? No, the suspense is lost, right? So everyone knows you are Krishna. So what's the big deal? They all pay him respect. Nobody will treat him as, right? When he was there, many people recognized he is Krishna. Then he used to say, "Oh, don't call me Vishnu. Don't call me Vishnu. It's a sin to call a man a Vishnu." He used to hide himself. When his devotees try to glorify him on the streets, he used to chastise them. "Why are you calling my name? Call Krishna's name." So Srivas Prabhu, and he was chastising them. "Why are you doing this?" Then he didn't say anything. He just put his hand to the sun, and he did like this. Acharya section. That means you cannot hide the sun with a hand. You're doing this. You cannot hide the sun with the hand. So that is, this first slide explains that he was very confidential. But after he left, it was okay to reveal his pastime. Even there is Chaitanya Upanishad, one entire Upanishad was discovered after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Nityananda, Balaram, he actually, this hidden meaning in the scriptures become easily revealed, and the arguments inhibiting understanding. Otherwise they were just like people who, they were not very sure whether he's really Krishna. It's not easy, right? It's hidden. So for us also, it's not important. If you don't believe he's Krishna, that's all right. He doesn't want you to believe that he's Krishna. That's not important, whether you believe he's Krishna or not. What's important, he is a pure devotee. So he's teaching us that how we can become a pure devotee. Okay, that is very important. Okay, it's not about, it really doesn't matter. Gaunita is there, we can worship him like devotee or worship him like Krishna. But this gives us faith in the scriptures, faith in the process. It gives faith in the whole existence of God, right? It's not ordinary. So many Puranas. This is only sample I kept here. In the email, if you see the link, there are so many. In the Vedas, Atharvana, many, many Puranas. So here in this slide, we are explaining that after he left, when he finished his pastimes, because when he was child, he was very naughty, like Krishna. He was very scholar. He was very like defeating everyone. All the Vaishnavas used to pray, oh, when will this boy become Vaishnava? My God, he is harassing all of it, you know. So even he was hiding even his childhood pastimes also. Then when he got initiated, he became like a madman for Krishna. And then in the middle, he performed so many miracles, traveled around India walking. He made this reformation. And in Antya Leela, when he resided in Jagannath Puri, and he did very, very deep, like Radharani. Like Radharani was mad about Krishna, so he was mad. He can't even see Jagannath close. He has to hide from far because he'll faint. He's shy because he's Radharani actually. Radharani cannot see Krishna directly, right? There is a pillar in Jagannath Puri, Dvajastamba. He used to stand there and gaze at Jagannath always. There is even a mark. So tears flow from his. So that's like he's going in the ocean drowning. Many pastimes I can show. That's why we have these slides. So many Puranas are describing. This is Srimad Bhagavatam itself, 11th canto, 5th chapter, 32nd. Krishna Varnam Tvasha Krishnam Sangopangasta Prasadam Yagyai Sankirtanai Praya Yajantihi Sumedasa. In the age of Kali, intelligent people perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the name of Krishna. Although he is not a blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Srimad Bhagavatam is widely accepted in the entire Vedic school as a ripened fruit of a Vedic tree. So that is, weapons are Mridanga, Karthal, holy name. That's the weapon. Balaram himself transformed into the form of Mridanga, it is explained. Garuda Purana, in the so these are just very few verses I have listed. In Garuda Purana, Aham Purno Bhavishyami, Mayapure. Mayapur is the place where he was born. That is my home also right now. I want to be there. My family was there last 2 years there before coming to America. It's wonderful. At the end, I'll show what kind of temple is coming up in Mayapur. Be very nice. Sachi Sutta. Sachi means his mother. See, Puranas are giving his mother name also, where he'll take part. We know Kalki, right? One guy in India has taken advantage of that. Everybody knows that Kalki will come. He said, I am Kalki. Foolish people go to him, pay him money, get him. Their intelligence is lost. All they want is some money, material. In the name of spiritual, all they're doing is material again. So they accept anybody as God, worship him, pray to him in the fear. So I'll quickly run. So Garuda Purana again. Dharu Brahma. Anybody knows Dharu Brahma means? Jagannath actually. Near Jagannath Puri, he becomes sannyasi. It is given. Lord Jagannath is also called Dharu Brahma. Narsimha Purana, it explains just like how two slokas together, whoever came like Narsimha and who came like Rama and who also came like Krishna is the same person, will come as delight in. He's chanting his own holy names. He is Chaitanya. Chaitanya Nama Vapur. Can you see this? Yeah. So Padma Purana. Yatra Yogeshwara Sakshad Yogi Chinto Janardana Chaitanya Vapurastevai. See, this is very important. We are very fortunate. You are all very. I consider that I am just your servant. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is arranging all this because his birthday is coming up. It is not, we're just going week by week. Sometimes we break. It's a special program we do. How can this come like this? Try to understand. He's giving causeless mercy. So on his birthday, we generally take a vow that I would like to chant this many rounds, and he gives us mercy. So next Saturday we'll have something like that. So be prepared. You want to take vow for 1 or 2 whatever we may be chanting, any name. He said, you can chant Nam, Nam, Akari Bahuda. There are many names of the Lord. But he recommended this mantra, but you have your own. So that's why we're stressing how fortunate we are. Padma Purana. Again, Sachi Sutta. Bhagirathi is what? Ganga. On the shore of Ganga is Mayapur. Kalau Sankirtan Arambe. Arambe is, we know, to start the Sankirtan. He's telling the Devatas to go and appear in Kali Yuga. So this Haridas Thakur, what I am saying, Acharyas explain that Shastras say that he is actually incarnation of Brahma. Haridas Thakur. During Krishna's Leela, Brahma hides these cows and he makes offenses, right? So he actually bewildered. How, if he is Supreme Lord, how is he playing like an ordinary cowherd boy? It's not necessary that every Brahma knows. Even if Brahma doesn't know, there are many other Brahmas in other universes. He thinks he's proud of his three heads, but other Brahmas have like 1,000 heads. Like that. So, like this, there are many Devatas who came, who assist Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhavishya Purana explains Sanyasurupa. Pick some words. Tears of bliss and hair standing in ecstasy. Markandeya Purana. Who is Markandeya? Markandeya Rishi. He is the one Rishi who is the last person that will remain on this universe. Markandeya Rishi, he is the only person that who will remain when the whole cosmic devastation happens. Is right? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he sees Krishna. Yeah, we'll go into that. But in that Purana it is explained, Gauranga Rupena, Kalau Gauranga Rupena, Lavanya Vigraha. So Varaha Purana, Bhagavad Bhakta Rupena. I'm just picking one highlight, one keyword from each verse. So we don't have time, right? Bhagavad Bhakta Rupena. He comes like a devotee. I mean, it's difficult to understand how much mercy we have. If we compare the whole world, how materialistic they are, and very few try to get spiritual. Manushyanam Sahasresu. Out of thousands of men, one that tries to understand. Out of thousands of such people try to understand, only one knows. And if somebody knows, I've attached to the Vaishnava Gurus or this process, very fortunate. And coming close to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Guru, he is a devotee, he is God, he is everything. Right? So we're very close, very narrow we are. Oh, this is very interesting. Paurnamasya Palgunasya. Palguniksha Yogat. So on particular nakshatra, particular month, particular day, he will come. It is given on a full moon day. Actually, it is said he was 13 or 14 months in the mother's, 13 months in Sachi's mother's womb. And he appeared exactly in this nakshatra on a full moon day. Where everyone was on a full moon day, lunar eclipse. On a lunar eclipse, it was auspicious for some class of people, inauspicious some other class. So everyone else, for auspicious or inauspicious, they start chanting the names of the Lord. So he chose a day when people always chanting Harinama. So that's when he appeared. He wanted everyone to chant Harinam. And when he was boy, he was doing like that, crying, making tricks. He doesn't stop crying. You do any toys, nothing. Only Harinam can make him stop crying. So that was his Leelas, right from the day one. In the month of Palguna, when the star Palguni is co-joined with the full moon, I shall incarnate in the golden complexion in the womb of Sachi and Purandara Mishra. Purandarat. See, his father and mother, both name is given. What else we need? Right? The atheists claim this is all stories. They say, what do they call the scriptures? Mythology. Is it mythology? How many verses? How can somebody predict so many places, so many Puranas consistently? How can it be mythology? Mythology means like the Superman, all these stories, right? They create. So did we create these stories? So we can learn so many things from these great verses. Krishna Chaitanya Namat Krut. Okay, so I think it's just repeating so many different types, different ways. Even the major Vedic literatures like Mahabharata, Suvarna Varna Hemango, huh? Sanyasakrit. In his early activities, Lord Chaitanya comes as a householder. He has a golden complexion. His limbs are very beautiful and are smeared with the sandalwood pulp. He has appeared as a of he has the appearance of a molten gold. That's why he's called Gauranga, like a golden color. He accepts the sannyas. Sense controlled, equipoised, he is equally peaceful, completely peaceful, and is completely fixed in chanting the holy names of the Lord Krishna. He is the highest abode of devotion and transcendental peace. He silences the Mayavadi impersonalist. This is called revolution. In the name of religion, people are just enjoying their opulences, followers, Dhanam, Janam, Sundari. That's what they are doing, these gurus. Huh? So he destroyed all these impersonalists, Buddhists, Mayavadis, Karmavadis, Jnanavadis. Simply pure devotion. Atharvan Veda, Purna Bodhini Upanishad. Let's read the seventh Manvantara. In the beginning of Kali Yuga, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will, accompanied by his own associates, descend in the golden form to the earth. He will teach the chanting of his own names. In Atharvana Veda. Such a big verse. You want to read it, Prabhu? Sampath Prabhu? You're very good. Kuno nirvedo kamo bhog. Okay. So I will descend on the earth after the passage of 4,000 years in Kali Yuga and before the passage of 5,000. So in between 4 and 5,000 exactly he is telling. So we all know Kali Yuga began 5,000 years back. So 4,500 years back he came. Hmm? 500 years back. That means 4,000 years after beginning of Kali Yuga and before 5,000 years. No. This verse says between 4 and 5,000. So that means 4,500 years, which is just 500 years back. 540 years back. Yeah. In Kali Yuga, Buddha is given. Is also in the Bhagavatam, Kaya Prantamana Anjana Sutra. Yeah, so that's also like almost in the beginning of Kali Yuga, right? Oh, only factor is in this case only Advaicharya is a factor. Pure devotees can make him come. He was just pure devotee. He is actually representing Mahavishnu feature. Yes. Yeah. So Kala Drushti, they have Trikala Drushti. So the sages, they're not ordinary people. So they have Trikala Drushti. And there are many reasons, Lord, like even after Krishna, like Mother Yashoda, she had a desire to arrange a marriage. So Lord Venkateshwara Swami comes, right? So see, the only factor is pure devotion. He will get sold to devotees. He'll become servant of his devotees. He said, you worship my devotees better than worshipping me. Right? That's why you're Ramanuja Dasa, right? So you just become Dasa of Ramanujacharya. He is more happy. That's it. Because that's the process. That works in the corporate world also. You just surrender to your manager, other top things will be. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there are. He traveled South India. Right. So I understood your question. So when he went to when you even see one of his greatest devotee is Chand Kazi, this person who broke the mrudanga arranged. He became his devotee. Later, his samadhi is there. He is a devotee. Like when he went to like he was mostly in Bengal, right? Mostly he was in Bengal and Jagannath Puri. But he went on a pilgrimage throughout South India. Wherever he stayed, there are temples now. Those people, wherever he is influenced, even while traveling, just he was on pilgrimage. But wherever he had a stop, whole thing is converted. Like Srirangam, he stopped. There are people whose parampara, whose great great grandfathers had served Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Those people are still grateful. When ISKCON sannyasis goes, they are so excited. They serve. Like Radha Maharaj stays there for like 2-3 weeks. You can hear there are evidences on all this. Thank you. In fact, the major evidence is Prabhu. When Krishna left, he took his entire dham with him. When Krishna left this spiritual planet, this material world, he took all Vrindavan, his devotees. Vrindavan became actually forest. It's not inhabited by human beings. Very few here and there tribals. Everything was like a forest before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who instructed his dear disciples, Rupa, Sanatan Goswami, all this. In fact, he also went hmm, to Vrindavan. Slowly, one by one, temples they reconstructed. He directed them where the deities are. Rupa Sanatana Goswami, they built the major temples in Vrindavan is built by disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are 8 main temples in Vrindavan. Big temples. Big kings they were converted. They've excavated deities. Even Radha Kund, Sham Kund was rediscovered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By one of no, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he traveled um, in the ground, and also Radha Kund, Sham Kund was like covered, right? So was in search. He established Vrindavan Dham again. In Puri also, Jagannath Puri, this great king Prataprudra, we are going to the past times now. At the end, you can ask more questions. But I can tell you, King Prataprudra, he was a king in Jagannath Puri. And all the Vaishnavas from Bengal used to come and, this glorious spread. So he wants to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, King Prataprudra. So let me go to that slide. Similar, at least. Okay, this is the most relevant side. So this is Puri. Jagannath pulling cart, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing, chanting. He has his devotees visiting from Bengal every year. Okay, this king wants to somehow get mercy, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is establishing such a high standard that he says, "You cannot meet a materialistic king. I cannot do that." He's in the final renounce order, right? If I meet him, I get polluted. Oh, no way. I can't see this man who is so attached to his possessions, woman, and this and that. No way. So he gets devastated. Prataprudra is very much devoted, very much friend of Advaita Acharya. No. In his kingdom is a governor. His name is what I just governor of Madras, Ramanand Rai. So this king gives voluntary retirement to Ramanand Rai. He gets, okay, you can retire and serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I'll give you whole pension for you. So this Ramananda is trying to arrange mercy for the king. The king wouldn't, Chaitanya wouldn't allow. So at least for my son, give him mercy. So he says at the end, this king was so disappointed that he wants to make a suicide. He declares, if I don't get mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I am going to die. I'm going to die. So these Vaishnavas told that the Vaishnavas told. So the Vaishnavas told that okay, they made a plan. You don't have to die. We'll arrange somehow you get a mercy. What happens? He said he dressed up like no, in Rath Yatra time, the king sweeps the floor, right? That's a tradition. And also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dancing like this. He is dancing. There are several groups. He appears in all the groups to please his devotees. 8 groups like this. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu faints. Like these kids are so tired. He dances and dances and he faints. And this king tried to, everyone was dancing in ecstasy. Nobody is taking care. So this king comes and tries to take care of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when Mahaprabhu wakes up, he said, gee, I got polluted. Why did you touch me? This king got very frightened. He was very upset. That's when he said, I'll die. And then they arranged, no, don't do this. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is taking rest in the park after Rath Yatra festival. They make this king change his dress, go like a simple, ordinary man, and press his feet, and they'll tell him, sing this verse. Recite these verses from Bhagavatam, Gopi Geet. The gopis have recited this verse to Krishna. So this king is pressing the lotus feet and he's reciting, Tava katamrutam tapta jivanam kabiri hitam ekalmashapaham. Like this goes on. So he finishes, he stops. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was just lying down. Go on. Why did you stop? Go on chanting this. So he repeats like 2 times, 3 times, and then he gets up and he hugs this king. He knows he's a king, but he cannot compromise the standard of a sannyasi. So these events are there. Even now, the king of Jagannath Puri is a great devotee. My spiritual master is a great friend of the current king of Puri. They used to go to tour Singapore and everywhere. Gajapati Maharaj. So like this, the tradition is going on. Thank you for asking that question. Okay, so another 15 minutes we should finish. But if you are getting late, any of you, I can also tell later. So if you understand these pastimes, you can develop more faith and meditate on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By the way, on Thursday we fast till moon rays. Nirjal devotees, they don't eat anything. You can try fasting with fruits, water at least, and get mercy. On a birthday, he is actually merciful. On his birthday, he'll be extremely right. Like Mataji was birthday was that she invited us. So like that. In fact, the Mataji who came today, it was her kind of birthday this week. Okay, Prabhu. But I think you asked good questions, so you got a mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So on Thursday, please remember Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bojan. Boyan. Yeah. On Thursday, this Thursday, moonrise is, you can check in the Google. Yeah, you can visit Alachua or Tampa Temple or here. I hope you get special mercy of Chaitanya. Okay. So I'll quickly run, Prabhu. Please allow me to, okay, 9:30. Yeah, Alachua Temple. We'll put in the newsletter Wednesday, everyone. Sorry? Yeah, I'll be here. Yeah. Saturday we'll have a nice program. We'll announce in the newsletter what we will do and schedule. I'll call you. But there will be program. Some special program will be there. Okay, so when he was young, his mother Sachi was stunned by seeing that he was playing with a snake. Acharyas explained that it is nothing but Adantashesha. The pure devotee, they come into. This was a nice pastime where I wish kids can explain this. But when they all get together, they're so uncontrollable, right? Okay, so these two thieves, they try to steal Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's golden ornaments. So they try to kidnap him, take him around, hoping that they can bring him down, and but he transcendently cheats them that they'll bring him back to his own house. So, so they were like, "Oh my God!" So they put him down and ran away. So yeah, this is a pastime where he was trying to eat mud, and his mother said, "Don't eat mud," and he's giving philosophical argument. Mud and laddu is same, right? Laddu comes from mud only. What's wrong? so, so this is actually some kind of analogy given by great Mayavadi Sankaracharya, Sripa Sankaracharya, in his work called Viveka Chudamani. So which Acharyas explained that he is defeating such philosophy when he was young child only. So Mother Sachi said, no, yes, it is same, but this is transformed. If you eat laddu, you get strength. If you eat mud, you get disease. This is the difference. Huh? So anyway, so this is how Mayavadi says, oh, you are God, things like that. The jugglery they do, and they try to convince us. Hmm. 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 He did a great job, yeah. There's nothing wrong. No. Yes, he is Lord Shiva himself, in fact. Bhavishya says that Lord Shiva himself came with his army, ghosts and gobblers. The purpose is, before him, the Buddhists have invaded whole India. So his purpose was to move them away up, and there's nothing. So he did for a certain mission. So, but after that, all the acharyas have to re-establish the real thing, right? So there's nothing wrong. Yes, we accept that. So we don't go deviate because too many things. So Nimai and Krishna are non-different. This story, this is a great Brahmana. I don't know. I don't remember who is he. He was in the previous life. This Brahmana was walking, and is a pure devotee. That such people, they don't even eat anything until they personally cook and offer to his deities. Only then they eat. That's kind of a vow they take. So they came. So his Jagannath Mishra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's father, invited this Brahmana to house. He said, "Let me help you to do this." So he arranged. First time he is trying to offer, ring the bell, Namo Mahavadannaya. So Nimai, he comes and eats the offering. So he was upset. So second time, they said, no, we'll take care of this boy. He somehow appears. Third time, he lock him up in the room. Third or fourth time, Nimai. So he'll make everyone sleep, and he comes again and eats. So that time he actually manifests his form to this Brahman, and he said, in the last life you were such and such. So it is this is one of the pastime. Hmm? So in this pastime, what happens is, he had a brother called Vishwarup, and he became sannyas. He left home. So mother Sachi and father are very concerned that Nimai also become like that. In fact, they make sure he doesn't study too much scriptures. He doesn't go and meet Advaita Acharya, right? His mother was very upset with Advaita Acharya because Advaita Acharya made his other son to become sannyasi kind of. So they're not sending him to school. So what he did, he made a plan. He sit on those unclean pots where the smashana, they throw away these unclean pots. He was sitting on the pile, and the whole village were commenting on it. It became a big deal, big scene, and everyone came. Why are you doing this? Come out. Oh, how do I know what is good, bad? You don't. My parents don't send me to school. What do I do? you know. So like that. There is another pastime which we discussed yesterday. There was one great scholar called Keshav Kashmiri. Digvijay, he was called. Digvijay Pandit. Wherever he go, he defeats, and he get a signature of everybody. That this many people are defeated in the entire India. Navadvip was a place for Bengal was a place for the scholars. Even the independence time, all these great poets and Navadvip was great place that time. Calcutta, even the Calcutta was a hub. That's why Britishers chose that place as their thing, and they exploited the whole thing. So this Pandit was miserably defeated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Within, I was saying, he composed so many verses on Ganga. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could remember all these verses. He caught one mistake and asked him to say what is the mistake. And he explained so many mistakes and he corrected them 3 times and he proved himself wrong, things like that. So he was a great scholar when he was a young boy. So this represents, he was actually school teacher as a Gruhastha. But after initiation from Ishwarapuri, he comes back and he only talk about Krishna in the school. All the teachers are, any subject you ask, he tell about, link it with the Krishna and explain Krishna only. What's going on? The teachers complain to that, school teachers. He's not teaching anything except Krishna. So like that. And then he inaugurates Sankirtan movement like this, on the street chanting and dancing. We discussed this pastime, Jagai Madai. These two brothers who hit them with a broken pot. This represents the, when the king broke the Mrudanga, he was going and doing this meeting with the king. The Chand Kazi king. So this represents Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fainting in his Antya Leela, in the ecstasy of love of God, many times. This is Ramanand Rai, who is the governor of Madras. In Rajahmundry was actually in the Madras district that time. For him, he is a pure devotee. He reveals to him his original nature of Radha and Krishna. Samanand Rai reveals after departure of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this represents one of the Buddhist monks. He was defeated by Chaitanya, but he made a plan that I want to make him impure. So he made he sent prasadam to Lord Chaitanya, which is not offered to the Lord, some contaminated prasadam. So a big eagle comes, take away that plate from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, take it high up the sky and leave that plate. Oh, and that plate falls on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's head. What happened? Huh? Step. Go and see what. Exactly, my God. Go, be with her. Be with her, Lakshmi. Be with her. Okay, so we'll try to wind up. I think we are done. So this is the Jharkhand forest where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was going to Vrindavan on the way, he actually made the animals chant and dance. So his associates were evident for it. You know, tigers and deers, they were embracing. Srinitya. Oh, Krishna. So this represents when he reached Vrindavan, it is explained that the animals in Vrindavan, they were treating him like Krishna. They were so attached to this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I think we're done. Yeah, I think 3 more major pastimes. See, this represents one of the Pathans. These are called Muslim, the devotee was asking, right? They were Pathans. What they see, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was on the pilgrimage, he actually faints. Whenever he chants and dances, he faints. And the soldiers thought these 2 disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were actually, trying to poison him and take his stuff or something. They tried to arrest these 2 disciples. So, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wakes up and he makes those Pathans also into great Vaishnavas. This is Haridas Thakur. When he left his body, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was personally carrying him and chanting and dancing. Right. And he was beaten in 14 marketplaces by the king just for chanting Hare Krishna. He wouldn't stop chanting. The Hindus complained, why this big guy is becoming famous. And he was saying that by chanting you get all the dharma or the kama moksha are actually byproducts of chanting. So the king called him, he had a debate. He said, I will never give up chanting. He said, so beat him up to death and throw him away. So he actually faints. He acts like he faints because the soldiers couldn't kill him. So they throw him on Ganga and he comes out somewhere else. Later Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shows his back. All the beatings that these people were beating, he took his on his back. So like this, amazing pastimes are there. This represents Gundicha temple in Jagannath Puri, where they pull cart from Puri temple to Gundicha temple. Gundicha temple represents Vrindavan. Jagannath Puri temple represents Dwaraka. So before they pull the cart to this temple, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was personally cleaning with hand. Actually, he doesn't even brew. With hand, they were cleaning the temple. All this. So such a devotion he showed. So we discussed this, right? In the cart during Rath Yatra, they were chanting. At once, sometimes he says when he was chanting, Jagannath cart wouldn't move. It gets just stuck. Jagannath want to see his dance. He doesn't move until Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes personally and push with his head. So like this, amazing pastimes are there. And this represents in Banaras, one of the Mayavadi sannyasi, follower of Shankaracharya group, Prakashananda Saraswati, had thousands of disciples. You know him, right? His disciples were criticizing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for chanting and dancing on the streets. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wouldn't bother. But his followers would say, no, Mahap, you give them mercy. Please save them. If they offend you, they will go to hell. You have to save them. So there was a great meeting by all these thousands of sannyasis. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went and sat in a place where they washed their feet and things like that. His face was so effulgent, his personality. So they came, as soon as they see, why are you sitting here? He said, I'm not so qualified. You're all elevated sannyasis. I'm just a fallen, simple, not a high caste sannyasi like you. So like this, with his humility, he transformed. Within one meeting, all of them became his disciples actually. Okay. So this is one pastime where he actually thinks Yamuna to be ocean in Jagannath Puri to be Yamuna, and he tries to drown in the ocean. A fisherman got him, and he became like mad. He was chanting and dancing. So people were they were searching for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and saw one fisherman jumping in ecstasy. So there is something wrong here. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would have contacted him. So they found him like this. So anyway, so these are the prayers Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. The first verse says how chanting can purify your heart in 8 steps. Second verse says, every name is so powerful, and we used to have developed. And third verse says one has to be very humble and give respect to everyone. Then only we can chant. Trunadapi sunichena taroreva sahishuna. One has to be humbler than a blade of grass. One has to be tolerant than a tree. Then only we will be able to peacefully practice bhakti. And he's saying na dhanam na janam sundari. So anyway, his teachings are that just his conclusion. There's one Brahmana, Kurma Brahman. He said when he was touring, I want to join you. I want to give up my family and join you. He said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't accept. You shouldn't do that. You have to stay where you are. And you just add Krishna in the center of your life. Just chant Harinam. He wouldn't accept. Okay. So even these 2 brothers who are the prime minister of the king, when they went, no, you continue your duty. Do what you're doing. So time will come when you get matured, when all your occupational duties will complete. So this is the essence. And he even said in Jagannath Puri, one has to count the names. In front of Tulsi, you chant. And he gave these 2 mantras, Hare Krishna mantra and Hariharaya Nama Krishna, Yadavaya Namaha, Gopal Govinda Ram, Sri Madhusudan. And third mantra is to chant Krishna, 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 Krishna hai. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Pahima, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava. So I congratulate all of you. For there are some scriptures explained. Just by knowing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can be delivered in Kali Yuga. Okay. Thank you for patiently hearing.